Oh, sick.
Holy man, that's sick.
Holy God. Oh,
That's good as.
I think you're getting really close to like nailing the style as well. Hey everyone, it's Melvin from Melvin Chan Art. Just to quickly introduce myself, I've been studying art for the last 15 years, and I've been currently freelancing with Blizzard for their digital card game Hearthstone for the last 6 or 7 years. And now I'm on YouTube here because I've been bullied by my art friends to participate in their new Marvel Rivals challenge. So I'm going to be participating in an art challenge with my friend Jackson from Caspersz Art and Rui from Red Unit Inc. So the latest game we've been playing is Marvel Rivals, and we've been trying to design additional characters for their game because we've been playing the game a fair bit together. We decided to do a challenge to emulate the style and design our own characters. So I've actually been playing a lot of the strategist role. I've been maining Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
But there is one particular character I'd love to see in this game, and he doesn't exist yet, but hopefully they will add this character eventually to the game. But for now, this will have to do, and so to see which character I'm drawing, check out this clip to find out.
Jackson.
Rui.
Well, we're back. Third round, third time's the charm.
Yep.
Like we said from the last video, we're doing villains this time, and I believe we have another fellow challenger.
Special guest.
A special guest. We've got our friend Melvin Chan. He's known for Hearthstone. He's a Hearthstone artist, and he's now working on Marvel Rivals challenge fan art for a couple of players. So massive fall from grace, I'd say. Say hello to everyone, Melvin.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yo,
Thanks for having me on.
Pleasure,
Alright,
it's a
man.
pleasure. You're ready? There's a lot riding on this one. We got the viewers are dying
no
to see
pressure, no pressure.
the
First
people-
time on, just crush it.
Just absolutely, you have to destroy it.
What
So-
tarnish my rep?
So before you joined on, we let you know that we're picking from the comments this time. So villains only. Jackson, have you picked a villain for your challenge?
Yeah, I have. So I was scrolling through. I think it was on my first video, and I saw this one comment, and it had a whole bunch of characters in there, but the one that stuck out to me was Taskmaster, which
Ooh.
I think, yeah, I could do a pretty good job with. Like he's got that similar like design characteristics as Moon Knight a little bit, but I feel like he looks a bit more badass with his sword and shield. So
Another skull too. You're just collecting skulls at this point.
yeah, it's true.
You got to do a gap, so it's got to be like skull, non-skull, skull, non-skull,
Yeah.
and then skull again.
Which is funny because one of the comments was like, it was saying something about how they don't like the skulls in China, in like the artwork and stuff. Melvin, you could probably correct me if I'm wrong, but because it's
they don't like
Chinese
bones.
studio, yeah,
Oh, bones. They're not a fan of.
yeah, so they might
Yeah.
not actually have Ghost Rider in the official game and like other characters with a skull head, or they'll change it.
Well, it's not a. It's a Chinese developer, but it's not a Chinese game. So I think that's the sort of like I think they will. It'd be crazy for them to not put like Ghost Rider or Taskmaster, but
How do they show those characters already, like right now?
What
Like
do you
currently in like in Ghost Rider, like Meteor, or like the movie, do they just not have him, or do they just edit his head to have something else?
they probably don't put him in. But that's probably why
Good question.
the
They not show it.
I think
Yeah.
the modern Ghost Rider looks less of a skull. It's like more of a mask.
Yeah, they'll
And
do
that's-
loopholes. Like they'll make it like
Yeah.
metal or something, and it's like it's not
Yeah.
a skull. It's just a
Probably also
skull shape.
why the MCU Taskmaster does not look like a skull at all.
Yeah, his is weird. It's like a bloody like a motorbike helmet type
Yeah,
thing.
we're going
Which-
down a rabbit hole with this one, but I'll bring us back on track. Melvin, did you see anyone that you liked in the comment section?
Yeah, I think so, man. And it's also a villain that I've been dying to see in this game. I think I'm pretty keen to see a Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
Oh,
Yeah.
the jug, the big
So
jug.
we got a Vanguard. Is yours a strategist or a duelist, Jackson?
Fine. I'm gonna go duelist. Yeah,
Duelist. Okay.
I
cool.
do need to do a strategist at some point, but he's got a sword, so he's going to be a duelist for me.
Mad. Well, I've seen a comment that's been thrown around a fair bit for a villain, and I'm gonna go with Carnage for this one.
Oh, Carnage would be sick.
Yeah, Carnage would be great.
I want it to be different from Venom, so that's a bit of a challenge. So I'm pretty keen for that. So
Sounds good.
Exciting.
it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm keen to see it, man. I'm trying to picture how you do it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
We got our catchphrase, Jackson. Are you ready? Back in the day?
Back in the day.
Melvin, back in the day.
Back in the day. All right, so I'm just here to talk about my time lapse for drawing and painting Juggernaut for Marvel Rivals. So just in this stage, I'm just doing a sketch just to try to figure out, the body proportions and the anatomy and the pose for Juggernaut. I wanted him in a really big, action pose, and I wanted him to be, absolutely monstrously huge, kind of like the Hulk, but even more so, because there are some depictions of Juggernaut fighting the Hulk, and a lot of the times they're drawn that same size, but there's some renditions where Juggernaut is drawn even bigger, and I kind of just want to have a bit of fun with the design and push the size thing even further. So at this point, I actually rotated the canvas from a vertical portrait to a landscape just to emphasize how wide he is, because I want to push that anatomy even further. He's got, giant arms and shoulders. I even, adjusted the traps of his anatomy to try and it basically looks like it's going right to the top of his head. It's very, unrealistic proportions, but thankfully in something like Marvel Rivals, these types of things are heavily stylized. So, if I'm designing something for that game, I might as well push it to the absolute limit and, play around with everything that I have. So at this point, I'm just trying to now design something to do with his outfit. So he has the iconic helmet and he has all the armor that he usually wears. It's usually like a bit of like a vest and some pants, and it's a big emphasis in his design. It is actually a functional piece that helps protect him should his crystal powers don't protect him. The armor will come in and help him. So I wanted to push more emphasis in that, because the original design is very, very, very basic, very straightforward, just kind of like a red burgundy color. So I'm playing around with the whole sci-fi, the whole cuts and lines and shapes and mechanical looking elements that a lot of the Marvel Rival characters have in their designs. I had the shoulder pads just before, but I decided to take that off because I still wanted to keep some iconic look about him, where he usually has the vest and his shoulders and arms are exposed. So I still wanted, a significant portion of his muscles, pouring through. So I decided to leave out the shoulder pads in the end. I'm just trying to adjust the size of his legs and his lower body, just to, again, further emphasize the size of his arms and upper body. I want the focus to be, to his head and to his chest and shoulders, and then to his hands. So now I'm moving on to the color. And at first I started with the original color that the Juggernaut has on his original design. I've decided to actually, play around with the design a bit more. I made it like a gunmetal neutral gray color here because I wanted to have the cuts and lines of all that red laser kind of lighting, and that's supposed to be reminiscent of one of his later designs in the comics, and also it symbolizes kind of where his power comes from, which is from that Cyrotech crystal. Sorry if I'm butchering the name of that. You guys can correct me on that pronunciation, but you know what I mean. So like the red is basically from that crystalline power. And I wanted that to be a prominent feature, and if his armor remained, a burgundy red color, it wouldn't, like red lighting wouldn't stand out as much. So I wanted it on a cool gray so that the red would stand out even further. And so now at this point, I'm really just messing around with trying to find really analyzing the style of the rival characters. Design. So they have the whole heavy rim lighting with all that huge chunky white along the edges. They have the green, like the turquoise, and like the pinks, which I'll add later, kind of along the edges of the the whites, and that's emulating what's called chromatic aberration. So it's like a thing that old cameras used to have, and we actually, as technology progressed, we took that out of cameras. But now, in this modern age, we seem to enjoy, bringing that back in. It seems to add a bit of a level of depth and just a fun stylization, extra colors to mess around with. And I thought that was awesome. And it also has a lot of the characters also have the black outline, which is like reminiscent again of like inking in comics, which is where all these characters come from. So I really like how the style is very modern and new, but it also has elements that are reminiscent and paying homage to the source of where all these awesome characters came from. So here I'm just refining the coloring now, just trying to render stuff and try to show a bit more form in the in all of the panels in the armor. So like the panels that represent his pecs that kind of have the shadow underside to show that it's actually coming forward. It has extra depth and size in there. And and then now I'm just gonna continue rendering, and I basically just push this all the way to the end. I'm just trying to clean everything up, show more depth in all the different elements, and then really just play around with the style. Clean the edges, add the rim lighting, the chromatic aberration, all the inked lines. And I decided to give him. I love giving guys with big fists just the whole fingerless gloves. I just find that to be fun, just to add a little bit of variation in the hands. It also helps to portray the direction of where the hand is positioned, so you can help show where the fingers are positioned and where they're going. Now I just push this rendering all the way to the end and get it to a finish.
One day later.
Rui,
You doing the SpongeBob thing? How'd you boys go, Jackson?
it was tough, man. I'd say it took me longer than both Ghost Rider and Gwen, so I'd say definitely one of the most challenging ones for me so far. But it was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm excited to show you guys. And how'd you go, Mel, for your very first Marvel Rivals banner?
Yeah, first time trying this. It's interesting for sure. I was keen to study it, the style and everything, so I was really keen to jump in on it. I think I did okay, but I'll leave the final judgment with you guys.
With us?
And the audience, I guess.
The audience will do it.
Well, you guys first.
We can roast.
I had a hard time. I feel like, because I didn't want to do like another symbiote like Venom, because he's not Venom. I spoke about this in my YouTube video, but I really went a different way. And I actually, because I sometimes post little hints on my story, I actually blocked Jackson from viewing my story. So he didn't, which remind me to unblock you.
You son of a bitch.
So he can't see my Instagram stories because I feel like I put too much in there. But who's going first? Who wants to go first?
Rui, you're up first, brother.
Me? Okay.
Yep.
All right, you boys ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do this.
It's time!
Oh, sick.
Holy shit, man, that's mint.
That's cool.
And I'm gonna get full screen. Oh, that's sick. I see how you did a similar thing to like Banner and the Hulk, right? How you got the big version behind him.
Sort of. Yeah. So the Banner and the Hulk one, they it's just the illusion that Carnage is that Hulk is behind Banner, like that is two different characters. But in the game, I want Carnage to be floating behind Cletus. So when he swings, he's like knives, so does Carnage.
That's cool.
I can imagine, like a massive combo with him with the two knives and then him with the giant like scythe.
Yeah, the giant scythe and stuff. Yeah, that would be like a move. But his ultimate then becomes... I thought of two things, right? I thought his ultimate would either he becomes full carnage and just goes to town, or I thought he becomes full carnage and does like a whirlwind attack. Like he just spins with like his blades and just like you can control. Blades. Yeah, like you can control where he moves. But this one was hard, man. Like getting Carnage to work with the Marvel Rival style, because he's not as well formed as Venom.
Like Venom, yeah.
Yeah, so just getting that, and also getting Cletus to look menacing.
Yeah. I think you did.
I think it pulls off. Yeah, exactly. That's what you want. The crazy.
Yeah, the crazy eyes. Yeah. So I'm very keen. I feel like this one I actually got the closest to the Marvel Rival style compared to all the other ones.
Yeah, no, that's sick, man.
Really cool idea, man. Really creative.
Thank you. All right,
Sick.
Jackson, you're up.
I'm up.
I got skills too.
Oh,
Jeez.
you bastard!
Should have went last.
Oh, dude,
Is that a good you bastard or a bad you
that's
bastard?
a good you bastard.
Yeah.
That's
Good for you.
great.
Yeah. That is sick.
Yeah, I like I was saying, it was gonna be a similar aesthetic to the Moon Knight, where the original Moon Knight, he's all wrapped in cloth and stuff, but the version on Rivals, he's like got this like mech kind of suit almost.
Yeah.
A real techie type of suit. So I went sort of down that route, even with the boots and everything, kind of inspired by like Gundam and shit. So
Yeah.
I thought that could be pretty cool. But
Is the mask from anything?
nah, the mask was it was one thing I was playing with for quite a while. It's actually why it took me so long, is trying to get a cool mask, because initially I did a skull, but I was like, man, it just kind of looked like Ghost Rider's skull. So I was like, shit, I just did him, so I don't want it to just look like a skull. I'll go with like the more faceplate style mask. But inspirations from like Reaper from Overwatch, the Spider-Man game, like the Insomniac Spider-Man game, there was a cool taskmaster on that, and that had a very chunky.
Did you
mask.
accidentally make the mask look like a T, or is that on purpose? And don't lie.
That's on purpose. That's why I did
Okay, cool.
gold jawbones.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I tried to incorporate the T in like quite a few places, like the
I
belt
can tell,
buckle,
yeah.
the
The sword hilt.
even the sword hill, yeah, just like a bunch of different places,
the-
even on the knee pads.
I was just gonna say, yeah, the knee pads.
Yeah, so
Cool.
that's
really cool.
that's sort of, I thought that would be a cool design. I thought people might like it. I wanted to do a dude with a big fuck off sword, so yeah.
You cooked with this one, man.
Yeah, this one's sick. Probably the best one for him, I reckon.
I feel like this might be your best out of the three.
I'll take it. I'll take
I
it.
think you're getting really close to like nailing the style as well, I reckon.
Yeah. I feel like
you
that
can
too.
really
Yeah.
see it, yeah.
Yours
Yeah,
is. I feel like yours is cleaner than the Marvel Rivals style, but you are
Yeah,
adding
I think
those. Yeah, you're adding those lines, which is like really cool. I've been trying to find a way to do it, but with Cletus, he's not angular, so it's so hard to do the lines, because where you would want him is like a perfectly like angled thing. But you've got like the best material to play around with that.
Yeah, all the lots of right angles and things like that. It's easy to do those little crisscrosses, but I found with the curves, I like to do that line on the outside. I don't know, it's like a floating line.
Yeah,
on certain curves, like around the shield, the forearm and stuff. I feel like that works.
Yeah.
You just play around with it, sort of. see what
Yeah.
happens.
Nice. We've had a lot of experience now with getting closer and closer to the Marvel Rivals art style. Melvin, on the other hand, this is his first one, so
Hopefully it's okay.
show it
Coming
off.
from a Hearthstone card artist, I am very interested to see how you do this. You wouldn't normally do line work, right? It's just more.
Not in this way, yeah. It's like obviously lines when you're drawing and painting is always something you consider, but the way it's like so apparent, like so visible in this style, I don't usually do that, but it was definitely really fun to mess around with.
Yeah, I'm keen to see it.
All right, well, I'll try to share it now. I took a bit of liberties with his design, and I'll try to explain it in a second.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
Holy
God! Oh fuck, man, that's sick. That's good as. Are you talking like it was going to be trash?
I love this.
Cheers, guys.
That's good, bro.
I made him like he's pretty absurdly large because I know there's some renditions of him fighting Hulk and they're usually the same size, but then sometimes he's been drawn even like a bit bigger. I don't know, just for like emphasis. So I thought it'd be cool if he was like absurdly large.
Yeah.
This guy is like the definition of a brick wall. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't have thought of his mechanics in the game for a bit, but I wouldn't like. I'm not sure if it would be game breaking. I mean, if you could bust through walls, it's pretty game breaking. So I imagine that would be like his ultimate or something. If you could use that to like temporarily like, break through a wall and then your team can flood through it.
what would be cool is
that'd
if
be
he's
sick.
able to like lift a piece of like concrete off or a piece of ground and just charge it at the team.
Just throw it. Throw bits of the map at people.
I feel like one of his abilities would be to headbutt the floor and it just stuns everyone, like a Reinhardt hammer smash.
Ah, yeah, that'd be solid.
Like
Yeah.
Like earthquake shoots out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that middle bit, the glow that they've got, and that. Oh,
So what inspired that whole sort of chest section and like all the orange?
The glow. There's some of his newer versions. He has a lot of he has a few red lines and streaks on his like new outfit. And I think that's also representing how his power comes from the crystal.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Is it the Sidorak crystal? I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but yeah, it's like because it's like how he's not actually a mutant. He got all his powers from like a magic crystal.
really?
Yeah. He's just a normal human. Yeah, he doesn't have the mutant gene.
Oh.
Yeah. So I just went with that and just went a bit ham. I was just trying to mess around with the whole sci-fi-ish.
Yeah, I love the knuckle
shapes and
dusters
lines.
too.
Oh yeah. I just left the colors of like his original design. How he's kind of like that reddish brown.
Yeah, no, that's
thing.
sick.
I want to have a little bit in there. So yeah.
But that's fully what I was expecting. Was that reddish brown color, and then you come in with like the gunmetal gray and the orange like glowing chest plate and everything. That's fucking crazy. That's real cool.
Yeah, I thought it'd be pretty cool because it's like Magneto's like that as well, right? He doesn't have his regular red and purple outfit, but he's in like the full white. Yeah, and that still looks sick. Yeah,
I can
Like,
see this dude on the field, like you just see Juggernaut just
Stomping.
running. Yeah, just stomping through.
yeah. I love the idea if he's like he has to be like really committal, to like get the real benefit of his abilities. So it's like if you're playing poorly, you're just running in and dying.
Pretty
But
much, yeah.
you time it right.
Well,
then
I see-
you can have a lot of impact.
Imagine his charge is like so, like it's not just like a normal running charge. It's got like the heat as if an asteroid is coming into the atmosphere, and as he like runs towards you.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Nah, this is sick. Damn, you guys cooked. That was great.
I think everyone did a fucking good job, man. I was like,
Yeah.
For Melvin's first time, that was very unexpected. That's sick.
I expected a big dude, but like that big.
Yeah.
The extra chunkiness, it goes a long way. It's good.
Damn, man, seeing all these three, like that's hot.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Very
So
hot.
you guys, you've recorded your processes and you're going to put it on your YouTube channels, your own channels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Melvin.
Yeah, I recorded it, so I'm keen to share and explain the process a bit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to see that, head on over to all our respective channels. Jackson's it's just Jackson Caspersz art. Mine is Red Unit Inc. And Melvin, yours is
Melvin Chan art.
perfect. All right. Until next time.
Awesome.
I'll see you later, boys.
You
See
guys. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I had heaps of fun participating in it. And I know that we're keen to do more challenges. So if you would like to follow along, remember to subscribe and follow along any of our channels. And let us know in the comments which characters you want to see. All right. Peace.